Hello everyone and welcome to this Gear Talk video. I will tell you in details about my current studio setup, the one that you can see behind me. Let's start with the hardware. I think that the drum hardware is so relevant when you conceive, when you design a kit, because it's the skeleton, and I think that a good hardware system make everything working at the best in terms of sound, in terms of placement of the single elements of the kit. I use the X-Rack system by Yamaha drums. I love the X-Rack system for many reasons. The first one is that it is really reliable and solid and helps me to go wherever I want with the placement of my drums and cymbals. And being very solid is also not too heavy, which thing helps me to be able to build up my kit by my own without the help of another person. And also it's very easy to make all the fine settings that we drummers used to do once we did the most, of the setup. Why I use a rack? I told you in the beginning. I think that the rack really helps the organization of the kit and also affect the quality of the sound. Especially in the studio, I find it to be very helpful, maintaining all the precision of my personal settings. And also there is another thing that I really care about, that is the order around me. Using a rack, I can have all my kit standing on only 4 legs, so I have a lot of space on the ground for the mic stands and for the cables. This makes also very easy the work of people with you, especially of sound engineers. All the drums of this kit belong to the Yamaha Recording Custom series. The finish is real wood, and I find it to be very warm and elegant. And I love it also because it reminds me to the old fashion of the early 80s Yamaha 9000 kits. Let's go to the sizes. Rack toms. The first rack tom is a 10 by 7.5. The second is a 12 by 8. Then I use 2 floor toms. The one that I have on my left side is a 14 by 13. And the one that I use on my right side is a 16 by 15. I use 2 snare drums. The main one is a Recording Custom brass 14 by 6.5, and the second one that I have on my right side is in birch shell and with the same finish of the kit, and it is 14 by 8. I use it very often like an additional snare drum, but also like a floor tom. The bass drum is a 22 by 18. Let's go on some more details about the hardware that I use. In combination with the X-Rack, I use all boom stands from the 700 series. For the snare drums, I use the SS950. In addition to the main hi-hat, I have a remote one of my right side, and the stand that I use is the CHH 930. Let's go to the pedal. For the bass drum, I use the FP9C chain drive, and for the main hi-hat, I use the HS 1200T, provided with toggle link system. Old Minor Bison's cymbals. I have here on my left 18-inch vintage Trash Crash. The hi-hat is a concept model. At the moment it is a prototype exclusively made for me by Minor Cymbals, and it is a 15-inch made on the basis of the Jazz Tradition series. Here I have a Smap Stack in 10, 12, 14 configuration, and a 20-inch extra thin hammered crash. I really love splashes and little effects, and here I have a 6-inch traditional splash and a little stack made by a 8-inch traditional splash on top of a 10-inch dual splash. The ride is a 22 tradition thin ride. It's a jazz ride, beautiful and very versatile. On my right I have the 18-inch deep hats, and then I have 18-inch jazz thin crash, and here on my extreme right I have a 20-inch vintage Trash Crash. So, about the heads, Evans drum heads, of course. Let's start from the toms, where I use clear G2 tom butter, and also G2 on the 14-inch fluff tom that I have on my left side. For the snare I use G12 clear tom butter. So a drum head originally conceived for toms, but on the snare, and this gives a lot of character to the sound. I use it with a very high pitch, and I really love it. Then on the additional snare drum on my right side I have also in this case a drum head for originally conceived for toms, that is an hydraulic 14 tom butter in the glass finish, and here I have EMAT Tom Hope on the 16-inch fluff tom. On bass drum I have a clear EMAT. Here on my left side I have a 13-inch drummer Cymbal by Minor Percussion, which is a great art in the sounds of the kit, and really inspiring and perfectly mixing with toms and snare sounds. And the sticks that I use are the minor stick and brush, Big Apple String 5B in Hickory. So I hope that you liked this tour of my kit, and let's look forward to meeting again here and maybe talking about new setups that I will be using during this year. Bye.